All right, we got feisty White Sox pitcher here, Joe Kelly, hanging with us. Thanks for making some time for DraftKings today. How's it been kind of roaming around Radio Row, dude?
You can tell definitely that this is not my part of business, man.
This is
it's
different.
overwhelming. Like, I never get overwhelmed, obviously, when I'm playing on the field or doing like
cool,
one
calm,
podcast.
and collected,
one podcast,
even keel.
Like, here's the schedule. But when like things are thrown at you, like this person, this person, it's like, I think I need a personal. So luckily I have Coop here with me.
Yep.
But this is amazing. Like, I've been to Comic-Cons, video game conventions. I didn't know they had this type of thing for. It's called Radio Row.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's more than that.
Yep.
And I think it's special. I mean, if I were you, I'd probably be sleeping, be gassed out.
Dude, I'm still gassed. I've been here for 4 days, and it's like I can't adjust to the time.
Well, there is no time change. I mean, sorry, there is no daylight savings time here. You know that. So like,
yeah.
Everyone else. I'm an Arizona resident, so everyone else changes off of us. So set your clock forward.
I love that, man.
And like, this is always the same.
And New England's been talking recently too of if they can get all the New England states together, like on the same page, they'll get rid of daylight saving time. Like kind of like what you guys do like out here. What is it like living in this area? It seems like super nice, and I know you get to play a bunch of golf.
I love the area, right?
Yeah.
Even though, like, if you want to, like, I'm not like bragging or anything, but like, I live in a nice area.
Yes.
So I'm the youngest of my area.
I would expect you to live in a nice area. You're a Major League Baseball player. You guys make good money.
I'm a father of 3 children. We're young. There's not very many kids around, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes I don't like the looks I get. You know, like sometimes, you know, if my wife's walking the dog, people look at her like, "Are you the dog walker?" type thing. And it's like, it's a give and take. I love the area. I'm an off-road junkie. Ride dirt bikes, Can-Am, 4-wheel drive, let it rip, 100 miles an hour. So being here in the desert, perfect.
All right, so do you have a rooting interest, or what is your rooting interest here with the Super Bowl?
So, luckily, Jalen, thank you. I won fantasy football this year. Me and AJ Pollock won the White Sox League.
Here we
go. A lot of cash. So, I'm a big fantasy football guy. 4 leagues, always on it. If I'm on my phone, I'm looking at fantasy football, right?
Yeah. Okay,
so
if you feel
it's hard for me to like pull for a team in general, but so I pull for my guy, so I'm pulling for the Eagles.
Okay, what's the biggest buy-in for one of your leagues?
$5,000.
Oh my
Yeah. Yeah.
What is the winner take home in that league?
So, say 12 teams.
Yeah.
$5,000 each. Third place gets money back. Second place gets a little. First place is heavily weighted. You're looking in the 20s. Yeah.
Oh my
20,
God!
yeah.
So 12 teams, 5.
It's serious, bro. Like, there's that, and now you guys understand why the whole Jock Peterson slap from Tommy Pham.
Oh my God!
So when you're doing buy-ins, and so they're in a super league.
Yes.
So it's like guys from each team, right? So the super league that Mike Trout is the commissioner of started this multiple years back, and I think that buy-in is, I think it started at 10 a long time ago, but I think it's pushing 20.
Whose side of that argument were you on?
I play with Tommy. Tommy knows me. Tommy would know this. We've had our beefs. Jock, what he did, I feel for Tommy. Jock's one of my best friends too. In a league that's happened like us, like technically the rule, Jock is right, but when you see the whole picture, it's not a good move. Like if you had like a little bit of a
So what, he was screwing with the waiver wire, right?
So he's screwing with the player wasn't injured. He wasn't put on IR.
Yeah.
So it didn't have the tag, right? But he was throwing him IR because it said out.
Yeah.
And so technically that's legal.
It is.
You got to clarify before.
Okay.
But if someone did it in my league, like I won't do it. Like I always talk crap on guys. Like you can't do that. It's not right. Like it's in the rules. I'm like, no, that's not how we're doing it. You're using an extra spot because you want another guy. So lawyer-wise, Jock wins. Around your teammates, Tommy wins.
Okay, so Tommy slaps you in that situation. You're slapping him back?
Yeah, Tommy knows. Tommy knows it'd be instant brawl.
I think everyone around the league knows, man.
Yeah, Tommy knows. Like we played with each other when he was on the Padres, Dodgers. We had rivals. He's like, "Hey, you need to tell your guys to calm down, or we're gonna let it rip. Like, stop trucking catchers." Like, so Tommy knows. Like, hey, you want to go now during BP? Let's go now, Joe. I'm like, bro, we're not fighting. Like, just tell your guys to calm down. Like, I mean, we've had conversations like that.
And Tommy just spent about like half a season with the Red Sox. I know you're a former Red Sox player as well. Where the teams you play for, where do the Red Sox rank among most difficult cities, fan bases, franchises to play for?
Number one.
Number one.
Number one.
What makes it so tough?
So it's crazy because if you're not from that area,
Yeah.
you hear Boston, you're like, major city, huge.
Yes.
But there's like 1 million people in the city,
Dude,
you know what I mean?
it's still a commuter city, man.
Small. So when I got there, I didn't understand. I took it as a joke. Like I went on WEEI and I said, I'm going to win the Cy Young. Like just me being funny. They took it literal. Like you promised, you didn't.
Yep.
And I got crushed, which is one of the fun things about it. But what I noticed is Patriots win the Super Bowl, great. Bruins win, great. Celtics win, great. Red Sox don't make the playoffs.
The city burns down, dude.
But I'm like, wait, you guys just have 3 teams who won championships. Why are you worried about us?
Yep.
So deep down inside, which is really cool, Fenway's great, but Boston itself is still die-hard baseball. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what other teams win. If the Red Sox don't do it, people are going to lose sleep.
Okay, so how much of the Red Sox is part of this new book that you guys are releasing? It's like you and Bradford, right?
Yeah, there's a good part of it. Obviously, we're not going to go through it all, but
no spoilers, but definitely tease us.
There's a part obviously where the Yankee Red Sox brawl, right? Me and Tyler Austin. We had a great team. Brawl happens. Bullpen coach, bullpen pitchers, bullpen catcher. They end up running out of the bullpen in a real fight, and all of them beat every outfielder on the team. And so after that happens, we had a player-only meeting, and it was pretty intense, you know?
Yeah.
If you're going to be part of this team, you want to win, and you don't have your teammates back instantly, like, how are we going to move forward? Like, you know, like, this is what we need to do. And so after that happens, right, we end up rattling off, I think, 17 wins in a row. Yeah. Obviously, won the World Series, best record in Red Sox history. But things like that, you know, teammates could be teammates, right? You could have best friends of this clique. But after that happened, I feel like every single person on that team would die for each other, right? So Mookie Betts would go eat dinner with a rookie, which is weird. Like, that would not happen on another team. Cool. So it just brought us together that much more. And so in the book, In a Damn Near Perfect Game, you know, it talks about that, you know, what every great team needs, and sometimes it takes an incident. Yeah, so I was texting with Rob Bradford yesterday, and I was like, give me a few, like, nuggets to bring up with Joe. And he mentioned, like, did you and Tyler almost get in a fight in Times Square when you, like, cross paths at another point? Yes.
The hell is that?
So literally, brawl happens. I go back to Yankee Stadium. It's in the book too. I had an actual gang members come down to me when I'm warming up, you know, putting death threats on my life.
Yeah.
Tattoos on the face, teardrop on this side, neck, and they're screaming at me bad words, right? And meanwhile, they put extra security in the bullpen. So it's NYPD, actual cops. Here, 2 feet away from me, here, and I'm warming up.
Yep.
This guy's 5 feet away going, I'm going to see you at the bus. I'm going to end your life, all this stuff. And I stop, I grab the ball, and I look at the cop, and I go, yo, can you not hear? He goes, yeah, I can hear. I said, he's putting death threats on my life.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't scared, but I was mad he wasn't doing anything about it. And he goes, oh, is he? And I said, oh, you're just a Yankee fan too, huh? You're not going to do shit. And he's like, okay. And so he kicks these guys out. No joke. I had police follow me all the way to the bus. They were out there. So, like, it got intense. Man. And so after that, you know, my agent, Sam and Seth Levinson, the Aces, they're from New York. We go out to lunch, and I'm in the car, you know, we're messing around, and one of them go, hey, there's Tyler right there in Times Square, millions of people. And I'm like, oh, it is. And he's like, you want me to open up the door? And at that moment, I was like, yeah, open the door. So he starts opening the door, messing around, and he's like, didn't know that I took it serious. And I go to open the door, he's like, no, I'm just playing. I'm like, what? And so, like, I just kind of, like, blacked out, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it was one of those things, like, where it never got, like, close to actual brawl, but, like, it was really funny. Like, out of millions of people, like, you just see him, you know, walking, and he's, like, just joking around. So
where does he rank? Where does, like, Carlos Correa rank among current players now who you would love to fight?
Rankings, wow. So number one, I'd want a good matchup with one of my teammates. He's actually in my fight club in the book, Austin Barnes.
Okay.
a friendly wager, right?
Yeah.
He's another Riverside, tough-nosed kid. One of the best catches I've ever thrown to, him and Yadier Molina. It would have to be Austin Barnes. Obviously, you guys know Barstool does the Rough and Rowdy. Rough and Rowdy would be great, get some training in. I would do anything for charity. Carlos would be number 2.
Okay.
And then I don't have a list,
Okay, yeah. For some reason, I have a feeling there are more people on that list.
Yeah.
Dive into it at another time.
Some of them are players who just dominate me, and I'm like, I can't get them out on the mound.
You just get really pissed off about that.
And it's not always the best player, right? It's always like the guy hitting 220.
All right, yeah, so you get pissed off when someone who's not supposed to hit you,
100%.
Hits you.
I mean, it's a dagger. It's like the most frustrating thing in the world.
Yeah.
And if you give up a run off of that, I lose sleep.
Okay, so this fire inside you, you obviously are feisty, as we've mentioned. Is that where, if you weren't, it kind of explains if you weren't playing baseball, what would you be doing?
Selling drugs. Not as a drug dealer. Time out. Let's take it back.
Let's go.
I don't know why I said that.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Undercover narcotics agent with FBI, with local police department. Anyways, I would want
kicking doors down.
No, I mean undercover, where I'm shaving my head.
Oh, so this is like training day?
100%. I'm shaving my head. I'm getting tattoos everywhere, and I'm gonna look like I'm an actual drug dealer to take drugs off the street.
Yeah. Okay, well, we've started already with the tats over here.
Like, I'm a high energy, you need adrenaline, You're not supposed to ride dirt bikes because Tatis messed that one up.
Dude, he's screwing that
my
up for
kids
everybody.
ride dirt bikes. We go off-roading all the time.
Yeah.
I was a professional skateboarder when I was younger, so it's like adrenaline, like X Games type thing. So the next closest thing would be helping out by taking drugs off the street and putting your life on the line every single day.
All right, and I'm just thinking, like, you going in and doing something, like, you can't do that anymore, because imagine you kicking a door down, or you being like the guy, be like, hey, I'm on the corner, I'm at 7-Eleven trying to buy some drugs for an undercover operation. He'd be like, yo, where are you, Joe Kelly?
That's so.
Before
I still had this dream. Listen, before I didn't know if I'd play that long. I got called up. I was like, oh, cool, I made it. I didn't know if I was in a stick. I still had the dream of going back to school, finishing my degree at UC Riverside, because I studied psychology, so I could get into that world.
Smart.
I still wanted to do it, but then as another year went by, I go, damn it. Like, I'm gonna get noticed. I can't do it. So that dream is gone away. But that was my number one dream, obviously.
Okay. Anything besides what we've talked about already that's like in the book, what is your favorite part of the book?
I'm gonna say it again. Whole chapter, me and Rob Manfred have a conversation. Nothing's edited. It's all real, taking no words out. After, obviously, my suspensions with the brawl with the Houston Astros, I've been suspended multiple times from Manfred. Not from him exactly, but MLB, right?
Yep.
Tons of money, tons of research on my part, because usually players don't fight the cases. I had 50 years of baseball fights. I took my own lawyer. I battled their 3 lawyers. Went into a room for 3 hours and pitched my heart out, saying why I shouldn't get suspended. So I had a lot of animosity, right? Then the lockout happens. All players have a lot of animosity. Fans have it. Why aren't they playing? The commissioner sucks, blah, blah, blah. And so I said, hey, Rob, I'm writing a book. Is there any chance you'd be a part of it? We could talk about things that, so people could see you in a different way, see me in a different way. So we had a conversation.
Actually.
So I think after people read the book, I'm gonna put it here. Like, I had a change of heart. I came into it disliking him.
Billy. This is incredible.
I came in disliking our commissioner, and now I actually feel for him and see where he's coming from as a human being, how tough it is, and how much he loves baseball. Because, not to give it all away, but he has the power to make any rule change at any moment, like now. Like,
right.
I want the pitch clock. Middle of the season, boom, F off players.
Okay.
And so what was cool, which I didn't understand, is that he had that authority, but he was kind of putting fillers out, like asking players, what do you think about this rule change? What do you think about the shift? And it was a multi-year process, which I really appreciated after I found out that he has the power to just implement it right now. But he didn't, because he actually loves the game and cares about the players. So I think once people understand and read this chapter, I think you're going to have a different mindset about Manfred, and you're going to understand that he is actually pushing the game forward. He's done deals with Apple TV, he's done deals with YouTube to try to get more eyes on the game, because obviously we have the regional cable contracts at blackout areas. So he is actually the right man for the job, and I respect him.
All right, what is your favorite, what is your least favorite of the rule changes that are about to be implemented, right? There's like the pitch clock, I believe there's bigger bases.
Yes.
And then there's like limiting the shift, right? I think those are the three that'll be put in place 2023. Yeah, the major ones.
So I love the shift.
Okay. But banning the shift, like okay.
The bigger bases I could care less is going to be
right.
It's going to be great because you're going to need the speed guy on your team again. You know.
Yeah.
The rule that I hate the most is going to be the pitch clock.
Okay.
But I love it the most because when I got hurt, so you go down the minor leagues and they have that implemented.
Yeah.
The games were way faster by 17 minutes. They were faster. It's hands out. It's going to change the speed of the game, and overall, it's going to be a better game because what defense, you don't think guys are athletic. All these football players are like, man, these guys are freaks. But what people don't understand is how hard it is to actually catch a ground ball, far, dive, throw.
Yeah.
And so with the pitch clock, everyone's always said, pitch fast, fast. Your defense is locked in. And so now, instead of one guy on your team pitching fast, it's going to be a whole unit. And the game of defense, the plays are going to get better. The numbers of obviously the speed of the game is going to get better. But the athleticism of our game is going to be broadcasted to all the baseball fans, is which I'm excited for. Now they're not going to go look at a baseball player like, oh, he's not explosive. Like, you know, we don't see his vert, we don't see his time down, 60 yards.
Yep.
But with the speed of the game, you're going to understand and see how athletic, baseball players are at elite level.
All right, I got one more for you here, and I know how outspoken you are. Not afraid to share your feelings with people out there. So of all the players associated with the steroid era here, which ones are you voting in?
Ooh.
We're talking like McGuire, Bonds, Sosa, all those dudes.
For me,
yes.
Since I am a Major League Baseball player and I understand that everyone did it, and we're taking it to be the best of the era, right? So if everyone's taking steroids and you're the best steroid guy, you're in. So
yes,
every single person you name, Sosa, McGuire, Bonds.
I mean, Bonds
first
for
ballot,
crying out loud,
Bonds should have 100% of the vote. To me, right? And I'm sure like the guys who are in the Hall of Fame are going to be like, that's not, that's tainted. Well, just because guys aren't getting caught, there's guys in the Hall of Fame that 100% have taken it.
Dude,
you know what I mean? Just because their names are on a report.
Dudes who have committed domestic violence, drug abusers, alcoholics.
So with my thought with new hip owners need to own baseball teams, I think it should be the same for the writers.
Okay.
New, young, hip writers who don't remember and like just looking at stats like, why is he not in?
Yeah.
Those guys need to start voting, and we should throw all the guys. If you're the best in your era, I don't care what you did, you're in.
I'm a big believer in
like Pete Rose.
Like he should be in.
And it's sad because he'll get in, but it's going to take him probably eventually passing away whenever that happens.
Yeah.
And he'll never see it. And he'll never see it. So
dude, I'm a big believer in let dudes take steroids, let you guys use spider tack, and just go to town.
And if you're the best at using spider tack, you're a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I believe if you're the best of your era, I don't care what you're in.
So legalize spider tack and steroids in baseball.
100%.
All right, great.
Heard it here first. It'd be better for the fans, honestly, if you did all that.
Yes, give me dudes just hitting absolute moonshots left and right, I don't give a shit about spin rate.
No, who cares? Yeah.
Dude,
it's better.
Are analytics ruining the game?
That's a question that I could argue both sides.
Okay, all right.
I think they're ruining, as a pitcher, I would say they're not.
All right.
As a hitter, 100%.
Yeah. So I'm just like, go up there and hit the baseball.
Yeah, but now it's a chess game, so your best hitter is going to get taken out by some young rookie with this kind of spin rate because of analytics, and we're going to neutralize you. Okay. So back in the day, they didn't know about that, and you throw the wrong guy out there, homer. So it's ruining the run support of baseball.
All right, so when's the book available?
February 28th, Amazon, comes out, Barnes & Noble.
Wow, nice throw, Coop.
So a damn near perfect game. Make sure you guys get it. It will change your thoughts on a lot of things.
To hear you take a few steps back and be like, like you're showing emotions and feelings and saying, I like Rob Manfred now because
I do.
Because he is.
I text him. He's on my cell phone. Like we text back and forth now about ideas of the game. So I mean, there's so many cool ideas we have about rule changes. But yeah, big supporter of you, Rob.
Love you, mean it.
Appreciate it.
Great meeting you, dude.